Much of our information work is a highly dynamic process driven by the evolving needs for information and functionality. When planning a dinner party, we may start by sending invitations to friends, deciding on a good time, preparing the dishes, and then shopping for ingredients. To achieve this, users need to cobble together a collection of applications, each designed to support specific tasks. However, these applications either provide excessive, unnecessary features or lack the ones the users actually need. Moreover, because these applications don't work with each other, users have to manually transfer information among them. What if the interface could be generated and evolve with users' needs, providing the exact information and functionality? But how do we approach it? We take the perspective that interfaces are graphical representations of the underlying data model that describe a specific task. Traditional applications are based on fixed models and provide rigid interfaces. We propose task-driven data models, which evolve with users' tasks. We leverage AI to interpret users' prompts, generate and adjust data models that describe users' intended tasks, and by mapping the data models with UI specifications, we can create generative and malleable user interfaces. We present Jelly, a prototype system implementing this approach. Let's look at how Millie used the system Jelly to help her relocate for a new job in San Francisco. She opens Jelly.
I'm moving to San Francisco.
However, Jelly thinks she's trying to figure out a moving plan, so provides her with moving services and a budget. She deletes the fields she doesn't need and further prompts,
I'm finding a place to live. Tell me about different areas. I've heard some of them could be sketchy.
To support Millie reviewing how safe each area is, Jelly adds the safety level and relevant information to each area. To better compare the areas, she transforms the structure into a table, sorts all the options, and removes the ones she doesn't prefer. Commute time is also an important factor for her. She tells Jelly,
My company is on Market Street. How does a commute look like?
Jelly adds her company in the home panel and the commute time for each area in the table. It also suggests the two areas with the shortest commute time. Seeing this, Millie narrows her option down to Nob Hill and Mission District. She then asks Jelly,
What are the apartments in those areas?
Jelly then presents available apartments on the map with the details relevant to her interests, such as safety level and commute time. After some exploration, Millie has her short list of apartments. A few days later, the hiring manager tells Millie that she also has the option to work at the New York office. So she opens Jelly and changes the location from San Francisco to New York. Everything updates automatically, and she can reuse the structures for her decision-making. Millie decides that she prefers the San Francisco office. After she moves in, she wants to throw a dinner party to celebrate her new job and new home. She tells Jelly,
I'm hosting a dinner party with my friends.
Instead of directly generating the space, Jelly asks, Who are you going to invite? And then present her contact list. Millie selects Alice, Mike, and Sarah. Jelly then asks, When is the party? And presents a calendar.
Looks like next Friday night would be a good time.
With these details, Jelly then generates a home panel displaying the guests, menu, and activities. She reviews the dishes suggested for her and realizes some of them are not suitable.
Alice and I are both vegan.
To accommodate this, Jelly adds a dietary preference to all the guests, updates the existing dishes, and adds a dietary suitability property for all the dishes. With the connections established by the underlying schema, Jelly updates the dishes that don't meet the restrictions. Millie deletes some of them and asks for more options. Seeing these, she also realizes Sarah prefers gluten-free food. Having figured out the dishes, Millie asks,
I'm new here. Where to buy all the ingredients?
Jelly generates a shopping plan which contains a list of ingredients she needs to buy. It also shows the stores on the map, and Millie can review the items that she needs to buy at each store. While Millie is shopping, she receives a phone call from Mike asking whether he can bring his friend, David.
Of course.
She adds David to the guest list, and the dishes and ingredients are updated accordingly.
Looks like it will be a fun party.
As we can express any prompts to AI, there arises an exciting challenge. How can we provide user interfaces that can support the information tasks of any domain, scope, and complexity? We have introduced a novel approach that leverages AI to create generative and malleable task-driven data models, which in turn drive the desired generative and malleable user interfaces.